to let you in on the #1 must-have decor item to bring in the farmhouse French country feeling into your holiday decor, and specifically your Christmas tree. Now I'm going to give you a hint. It's not your tree, and it's not going to be your ornament collection. It's ribbon. Now wait a second. Don't give me an eye roll or click away to the fashion Instagram gals. Stick with me for a second. I want to share with you 3 different reasons why this is a must-have in your collection, and why we use this on every single project that we work on to create a huge range of style and feelings into your home. So let's start with reason #1. Last year, my sister invited our entire family to come up and spend Thanksgiving and the start of the Christmas holiday season with her. She had this beautiful tree, much like one of the ones that you see in our shop, just full and flocked, and a gorgeous collection of ornaments that she's been curating for the last 15 years from here in antique shops all over the world. So she was beyond stumped when she put it together and called myself and our manager over at the shop and said, "What's wrong with my tree?" What was wrong with it is it was giving off a very cold, impersonal vibe. There was no softness to it, no romance, no nostalgia, and the reason was she was missing the ribbon. Ribbon and textiles are a huge component of the French country farmhouse style, and they can, although give you the backdrop of beauty and elegance and style, also serve another purpose to bring in the feelings that we want to experience during the holiday season. Warmth, coziness, that feeling of just wanting to curl up in your chair and wear a cozy sweater with your puppy or your baby or your kitten, and all the things that we want to feel during the holiday season and give us those exciting feelings of warmth and inspiration and hope and wonderment. I know I'm promising a lot with just the addition of ribbon alone, but that's exactly what she missed out on by not adding a little bit of textiles and ribbon specifically into her tree decor. #2, ribbons are your best bang for your buck when it comes to holiday decorating for 2 reasons. #1, let's say you're working on a big tree. Ribbons take up a lot of real estate. And by doing that, it requires a lot less of all of the other different types in your tree. So if you don't have a lot, you can still get a beautiful, full, designer-looking tree with just a little bit. The next reason why ribbon is your biggest bang for your buck is if you're like me, maybe you pull out your holiday decor every year, and after a few years, you just sort of feel uninspired. You go out there in the world shopping, look on social media, and see all this beautiful stuff, feeling like, I just wish I could start over. But I've got great things in my home. It's not stuff that I want to throw away and neglect. But by simply swapping out my ribbons, a small investment compared to redoing my entire tree, changing out the colors and textures, creating some new groupings, I can create an entirely new look with pretty much everything I have except for my new ribbons. The 3rd reason why ribbon is a key element and a must-have is because it all ties back to nostalgia. If you're watching this, if you're in our world, nostalgia is huge to you. And it probably ties into a lot of the why you do difficult things like putting a Christmas tree together and curating, and why you have collections of buttons for who knows what reason. So when you look back at French country farmhouse style, it ties back to antiquities and antiques. And in the olden days, before manufacturing, Christmas decor was very natural. Maybe what you would find outside, like pine cones, acorns, dried fruit, popcorn even, grains, wheat, and textiles. Textiles was something you would have seen long ago, and by using that, we're bringing those feelings back into our home. The softness of classic materials like velvets, cottons, linens, hand beaded, rustic, all of the things that go into textiles in the endless variety, as it was then, as it is now. And so by bringing in all of these beautiful things, whether they're very glam or very simplistic, it gives us those feelings of nostalgia and meaning in the work that we do into our homes and for our families and of course for ourselves. So for all of these reasons, this is why ribbon is a must-have in your collection and mine. So I encourage you to Be curious, start collecting, start noting what you love, and bring some of this into your home. Now, how do I use the ribbon? How do I work with it? So be sure to keep in touch so I can show you exactly how to use all of this beautiful ribbon in your own holiday decorating. So let's start with reason number 1. A few years ago, well, it was actually last year. So if you don't have a lot, absolutely one of my favorite hacks, and also on style. Well, let me just say it's one of my favorite hacks. Oh, crap.